shift mode. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and happy Monday. Happy Monday to everybody. Okay, we are here and ready to do our walking. I'm a little early, but that's good. So that way I get a minute to get my life together over here. Okay, so we have this is running, YouTube is up, speakers on. Okay, all good. All right, and people should start popping in here momentarily, unless they had such a wonderful weekend. And, if they had such a wonderful weekend, they might not have showed up for the workout, but they should. They need to be here. Okay. So this is day 16 of 15 pounds and 30 days. 15 pounds and 30 days. We are walking off the weight, the physical and the mental weight, okay, that we carry around. We're getting rid of it all. We are taking our summer, well, not summer, our winter guts and turning them into summer butts together, okay? So we are here. We are walking on a Monday morning. It is now 6:19. And technically, the walk starts at 6:20. Okay, so we will give the stragglers a minute to wake up. Good morning, everybody. Is everybody up? And it's okay, girl. If you only got one eye open, the important part is that you're here. Okay, so thank you, honey, for showing up for you. Okay, I'm gonna be here. I'm a great accountability partner, girl. Because let me just be clear. At least, good morning. Okay, sis. Good morning. Um, at least I remembered to put my shoes on before I got over here. Okay. I was like, oh God, are people gonna show up today? Because Mondays are the hardest, right? Because you had all weekend to like do what you do. You probably still was being loved down and you might have still been in the middle of the mattress. So therefore, I wasn't having a high expectation of y'all to show up this morning. Okay. So what I can do is already start kind of adding the people up. And we don't want to go past 6:25 before we start listening to the story. Okay. So if you're new here, welcome to our walk and talk group. Okay. Again, as I said, we are now on day 16 of 30 days. So 15 pounds and 30 days. Now, if you decide that you just want me to keep showing up here, which I think I'm going to end up doing, we'll be here after 30 days. But please be doing some form of cardio. Okay, we had all weekend to take our clothes off of our treadmill, elliptical, anything we got at our house. Don't act like yours ain't set up like that. Okay, well, not anymore because you on it walking. Okay, so that's the goal, is to be walking and listening to our book. So it's 6:21. What I will ask in a minute, after I give the little briefing on how it works over here and what we're going to be doing, so you won't be like confused. We're walking and we're listening to a book. Currently, the book is listed right there. We're listening to Someone's Wife, chapter 16. We're kind of at the latter end of chapter 16, okay? And so we're listening to that while we're walking. I'm walking a little bit slower right now, but once we start getting it going, baby, I'd be walking fast. Okay. And I recommend you do the same thing too. But don't pass out. Make sure you have your water, which I have my water here. Make sure you have whatever you need. I have my little mints because I like to use my mints while I'm walking. But anyway, that's that. So I only have 2 minutes to just update you. So, in a nutshell, Someone's Wife. The main characters on Someone's Wife are Gemma and Quentin Holiday. Those are their names, okay? So in a nutshell, they have been married for 20 whole years. And recently, the spark has went out. Someone has came in with a juicy lips and blew out the candle. Now, that someone with her juicy lips is currently pregnant. Yes, you heard it correctly, okay? So, Dr. Holiday, Mr. Quentin himself, has been having an affair for over a year. And now recently, this lady just came up and confronted his wife at a office event where, girl, the table price was $10,000 a table. So I'm gonna let that sit in. Do that seem like the event that you want somebody coming up to you to let you know? But anyway, whatever. She came over and told her she's pregnant by her husband. So that is where we are. Now, with that said, because Gemma was so just overwhelmed with her, as she should have been, she left the house. Okay. She's currently staying with her friend, and her friend is single, but that's her lying sister, and she's been staying over there. Okay. So that's what's been going on. But she now has already filed for legal separation, and she's been seeing this other guy who works at the college as well, which you will hear about him, Dr. Ezekiel Green. Zeke. Okay. Well, there's a lot of different versions of his name we're going to hear. It just depends on where the location is. If the location is in the bedroom, the name sounds a little differently. Okay. So there's that part. All right. Okay. So what else? I think that's like the big part of the story. But one thing I do want to address at 6:24 on a Monday. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We are walking. As you can see, I'm walking and talking, okay, about our book we're about to turn on and push play. So listen, I received lots of messages over the weekend regarding this book because people have been going in and listening to like the little excerpts or whatever. And let me just say something. I am very much shocked, surprised, and disappointed. And I'm going to tell you the reason why. Okay, no, I'm not shocked because I understand that typically men get a little bit more grace when it comes to the area of cheating. So can you believe that I received a good amount of messages that were saying like, "Oh, that's messed up. She's out here with somebody and she's still married." I was like, okay, maybe they skipped the day. They maybe didn't hear the part of the story that this man has been cheating for over a year and he now has a baby on the way. Did you miss that day? Maybe you didn't show up to walk that day. Because if you did, girl. So everybody is upset right now with Gemma, the woman, because she is now seeing someone while she is legally separated and not still married to her husband of 20 years who has a baby on the way with his side piece. Okay. But that is the situation, which is ridiculous. But I was like, oh my God, that is always the damn case. This man could have been cheating for all 20 years of their 20-year marriage, and she go out and kiss somebody, and now we want to crucify her. But this is the world we live in. That's why I'm here to help you. Okay. That's why this group is really for just building up us ladies. Okay. Because why people always want to take us down? Okay. Like what? I just don't understand. Okay. You go out and get a foot massage and they want to crucify you. Ain't even that happen. Okay. So, anywho, before I get started, anybody who wants to come on and come up, I will be able to invite you so that you can be in a little block and then we'll get the story running. So I'm not sure who would want to. Okay, I can just push invite, and if you want to come up, you can come up and we will listen to the book. Okay, I think I'm doing this right, but I'm not sure. Okay, Esteem, how do I push you? Uh-oh. I think I can push you. Did that work, Esteem? Okay, Esteem worked. Okay, perfect. Good morning, friend. Oh, I'm not hearing you.
You can't hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now. Yes, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
How are you doing on this Monday?
I'm wonderful. Thank
Good.
you.
Oh, okay, I hear the beeps. I hear the beeps.
Good.
Look. Look at me looking like, okay.
I didn't want to. But I'm here.
I didn't want to either, but you know what? I thank you for showing up. But I was like, girl, just get your ass out the bed. Ugh. But and then you know what? I was up so early on the weekend because I've gotten so used to coming over here. And I was like, nah, sis, go back to bed.
Yes.
Yeah, I was up like, girl, no, we're not doing that today. Okay, so let me go ahead and get the story started. And yes.
He shook his head, unconvinced. Me, my brother, and cousin settled in a fishing boat looking out over the river. It was a beautiful day with unusually warm temperatures for November. We planned on being out here earlier, but evidently we were all caught up in the webs of three gorgeous women. Ezra and Myron were really hushed about their night, but interrogated me about mine. But you clearly like her. We dropped everything to go to that party last night. Driving around to find a damn gooey cake. We were supposed to be on some big city nigga shit in this little ass town. Myron laughed. Trust me, I get it, cousin. She's fine as hell. But her situation is complicated. Lifted a brow. Nodded, knowing all too well the situationship I was willingly falling into. I can't lie. I had a good time last night, so my ass ain't complaining. Myron snickered, dabbing hands with Ezra. And neither of you fools should be complaining. What did y'all do last night while you're trying to get me to kiss and tell? I smirked. And Az, you talking about me in love? What was that shit you pulled last night? Coming to Karan's defense like she's your woman? Ah, that little nigga was a bit too aggressive for me. I'm not about to let no man step to a woman like that. But shorty looks like she can handle her own. He cackled, shaking his head while biting his bottom lip. That reckless mouth of hers, those locks and that ass? Ooh-wee. She bad. He laughed. Shit, they're all bad. All three of their little asses. Myron stressed, as we all nodded and laughed at that because it was true. Spent a few more hours on the water shooting the shit and catching up before heading to lunch at a local brewery and pub. Monroe City was a quaint small town that we leisurely explored for the day. For three New York City boys with fast-paced lives, Monroe offered the calm we needed. I was dog-tired when we returned to my house. After showering, I sprawled across my bed and reached for my phone on the nightstand. I texted Gemma to determine if she still wanted to connect tonight, but she hadn't responded. I was never one to press a woman, so I figured she had other plans. I had to admit, that shit messed with me for a minute. But this behavior wasn't foreign. Gemma would go ghost when she was in her head. After what we shared last night and this morning, I'm sure she was all fucked up because I know I was. Booming knock at my door rescued me from my loathing. Nigga, you sleep? Ezra thundered. Man, come in. Why you have to knock like you're the police? Brow furrowed in irritation. What do you want? We're about to pull up on the Living Single crew, he cackled. Who? I probed, knowing exactly who he was referring to. Us, them, the ladies. We're invited to movie night, Ezra explained. I wasn't invited to shit. I spat much more aggressively than intended. Man, please. We're probably getting an invitation because of you, Myron said, walking into my room, making himself comfortable on the lounge chair. Speak for yourself, nigga. I'm getting a return invite because of this dick, Ezra declared, grabbing his crotch. This ain't no one-night stand type of penis. They always come back for more. He shrugged. I released a sigh, rubbing a hand down my face. I couldn't help but laugh at his silly ass. Emma is not responding, man, so I don't feel comfortable just stopping by. Man, stop whining and bring your ass, Ezra shouted. 3 minutes later, I pulled my truck into Maxine's driveway. Approaching the door, We could hear the melodies of Snow Allegra resounding in the house. I hung back a bit, allowing my brother to be the first face they'd see. Emma was going ghost on me again, so I was unsure if I'd be staying.
She makes me sick.
Hey, hey, Maxie sang, opening the massive antique door. Come on in, she said with a bright gleam directed at Myron. He clasped his hand to her nape, then kissed against her cheek.
Oh.
I peered around in search of her, but the living room was empty. Karan sauntered down the steps, eyeing Ezra as if she was ready for another round of whatever happened last night. What the hell was going on? I had to be in the damn Twilight Zone. Brother and cousin came to town for 2 minutes and immediately made connections. Meanwhile, I was entangled with a married, separated, potentially emotionally unavailable woman. Hey, Zeke, Maxie finally greeted me. Jim is on the patio writing, she whispered, pointing towards the back of the house. Recalled a large four-season patio off of the kitchen. Hesitantly, I ambled through the house, reaching the patio door, but paused my pursuit. Emma sat with her legs crisscrossed on the couch, laptop resting on her thighs. Faux flames of the electric fireplace flickered in tune with the music. Tall glass of red wine and an empty plate of what I would presume was the gooey butter cake were on the side table. Other gray wide leg pants and a matching cropped shirt hugged her frame, while a black turban concealed curly coils and black-rimmed glasses fancied her face. It was so focused and so damn gorgeous. Took pleasure in witnessing Jules Penn in her creative zone and hated to interrupt. Emma rapidly tapped the tips of her nails against her chin with her lips pouted, as she often did when she was deep in thought. I hushly chuckled as her face brightened once she gained clarity on her next thought. I could seriously watch her all night. Penny for your thoughts? I said, my baritone gruff. I opened the screen door, but she wasn't startled, simply glared at me with a one-cheek smile. A nickel for a kiss, she sang, referencing the old 80s R&B tune. Playfully searched in my pockets and muttered, maybe I can find a dime if you teased, considering the next line of the song was, a dime if you tell me that you love me. Am I disturbing you? I said, quickly changing the subject. No, just writing. Gemma closed the laptop but kept her eyes on me. About what? I asked, keeping my distance because if I got too close, I couldn't be responsible for my wanton actions. Black women and the beauty of their skin, she explained. Trying to find the best words to describe it besides beautiful, she said, blushing. Leaned against the threshold with my hands tucked in my sweatpants pockets. That's an easy one. Really? Enlighten me, she uttered in a sexy tone. Tossing the throw pillows to the floor, she patted the couch cushion, inviting me to take a seat. I settled next to her and immediately began unhurriedly verbalizing the words I would use to describe her. Rich, golden, amber, velvet, guiling. I chortled, biting the corner of my lip as I trailed a finger down her forearm, then captured her hand. Next words were followed with soft kisses against her skin. Chocolate, smooth, silky, perfect, complex, mesmerizing, captivating, I whispered, kissing against her neck before gazing directly in her eyes, proclaiming, fucking alluring, planted one tender kiss on her lips, still capturing her ogle. "You're not avoiding me?" I asked, despising the melancholy in my tone. "No. Would you say that?" she murmured, shaking her head. "Called a few times. Thought maybe you were ghosting me, needing time to process last night. And this morning," she sexily grinned. "Inspiration hits me. I have to turn the world off to get the words out of my head."
Really?
"Got it. Now I'm aware and I'll respect your process," I said, nuzzling against her ear. "Your inspiration. Say more." Removed the computer from her lap and guided her legs to relax the top of mine, aimlessly massaging her socked feet. She leaned back, relaxing against the couch. Skin is the largest bodily organ. Its primary job is protection, guarding us from bacteria, chemicals, and harmful elements, right? Nodded, agreeing with her. But for Black women, our skin is not perfect, or it's blemished or too dark. The elements, our friends, family, partners, even colleagues, shame, harm, and victimize us with their words or actions,
Yes.
depleting our sense of safety and security, therefore weaponizing our skin. Matter-of-factly said, in a subdued manner, avoiding eye contact with me. I tickled her toes, and she animatedly tossed her head back with a smile. Last night felt quite the contrary. Never felt more beautiful and lovely in my marred, tainted skin. No inspiration. I had to write about it. Release it. She deeply exhaled, disconnecting from my hold as she slouched deeper into the couch. I was about to speak, but she suddenly continued. Been a really long time since I've experienced the sentiment of. I hung on to her every word as her voice stalled. Her vulnerability was arresting. "What sentiment, Jules?" I probed expectantly. "Self-assurance. Dollars." Pursed her lips, then shrugged innocently before resting her head against her fist on the arm of the couch. "Don't know why, Ezekiel Green. I feel safe with you. It scares the shit out of me," she admitted. Paused my movements, glaring at her in awe. Suddenly I seized her, capturing her quivering frame in my arms. Was shaking, nervous about her admission, and possibly my reaction. Though we rarely discussed it, I was well aware that Gemma had been neglected and dismissed in her relationship, so my response to her vulnerability was critical. I decided not to pacify her with fruitless vocabulary. Instead, I simply embraced her, settling into content and necessary silence for several minutes. No words were required. My actions, shit. The turbulent pounding of my heart was indication enough to demonstrate my adoration. Gemma would always be safe with me, given the enormity of my fondness for her. I, on the other hand, was uncertain of the future condition of my heart. The fact remained, my Jules was still somebody's wife.
Gemma. I awakened to a heated sensation dispersing down my back as a quiver attacked my flesh. My body was confused, shifting between hot and cold sensitivities as Ezekiel tasted, tongued, and lapped my pussy in the wee hours of the morning. Last night on the backyard patio, we kissed and fondled and necked like teenagers until my essence overflowed. His manhood sprung to attention, tinting the sweatpants, requiring me to be his human sheath as we shamefully ambled through the living room and up the stairs. My girls didn't need a visual of his third leg. Thankfully, Maxie and Myron were asleep on the couch, and Ronnie and Ezra were nowhere to be found. We reached my bedroom but never made it to the bed. Frantically disrobing, Ezekiel hoisted all 200 pounds of me against the wall as he snaked that anaconda penis against my dripping private lips. The head of his girth loitered idly at my center, as if it had no place to be. Sluggish oscillations against my butt were about to make me fucking combust with need. Z, I whimpered, practically begging for the dick. I don't know where that cry came from, but it seemed appropriate under the duress circumstances. Condom. He huskily grunted the words as more of a query than a statement. No, I whined, desperate for the delicious intrusion. Jules, are you sure? He confirmed, Dick still dallying at my opening. Safe, I mumbled, so bewitched by this man that I could only utter one word at a time. I had already disclosed that my safety resided in him, and at that moment, I craved the unveiled tenderness of him. Ezekiel entered me with measured, dawdling motions. His kisses were passionate yet tender. He took his time with me, building the orgasm one gratifying inch at a time. I obeyed his command, methodically swaying my hips to ensure I didn't neglect one morsel of this man's weighty member. Jules, he groaned, carrying me from the wall to the bed. I pounded the mattress in frustration when his heaviness slid out of me, empty. I was empty without his fulfillment. Z, no, baby, shit, I need to feel you. I pleaded with my back against his chest. Thankfully, the vacancy was only momentary. I happily sighed like a crackhead getting that first hit as he glided back into my essence, lounging there as my saturated walls cuddled his erection. I stood with my backside to him, balancing on my tippy toes with my forearms perched on the mattress, settling into a downward doggish position. Ezekiel lifted his hands in surrender while I got into formation. I peeked over my shoulder, sexily smiling, giving him permission to proceed. For countless heartbeats, he plummeted deep into my ocean rhythmically, repeatedly, inciting a guttural cry that he immediately swallowed with a salacious choke to my neck. He pulled me upright for a kiss. The damn snake-like penis never decoupled from my center. I was motionless, aside from the erratic, labored breathing. My body shuddered. The crest of the orgasm wouldn't unshackle me. The evidence of my need drizzled slowly down my thigh like hot molasses. He vacated me again, and I think I screamed as he flipped me onto my back and indulged in my honeyed juices. This man was going to kill me if he prolonged my orgasm anymore. He suctioned, siphoned, and guzzled my gooey delicacy with his tongue before anchoring his plethora into my sodden center again. Ezekiel was like the Energizer Bunny. He kept going and going, and his dick kept growing and growing inside of me until he spread his seeds throughout my treasure. My uterus was capable. I would definitely be birthing Ezekiel III. I was swollen, sore, and unsettled, but he didn't rush me, just affectionately cradled my quivering frame until I mellowed. Hello, baby. Let me clean you up, he said, baritone throaty, tired. I nodded, then felt my body elevate from the bed as he transported me into the bathroom. He sat me on the vanity chair before activating the multi-jet shower. I ogled him, standing before me in all of his naked wonderment. Ezekiel was a beautifully designed Adonis. Sweet baby Jesus took his precious time assembling this magnificence. You need something to cover your hair? He inquired with a serious expression. I smiled, appreciating his concern for my natural coils, but shook my head, murmuring, no. Lathering the sponge with Dove, he washed me from head to toe. I faintly flinched when he stroked my kitty. Ezekiel stared at me questioningly, but didn't mumble a word. Realization dressed his face. Was I a little achy? Yes. Did he go too far? Hell no. I loved his erotic dominance. Shit. Craved the pleasurable pain. Ezekiel rested me on the shower bench and promptly began caressing and kissing my pussy in the most delicate tempo, igniting my third orgasm. Repositioned in bed to view the clock on my nightstand. 4:21 a.m. Ezekiel was sound asleep, laying on his stomach. I gingerly slipped out of the bed, used the bathroom, then grabbed my robe to get some bottled waters from the kitchen. I lethargically shuffled down the hallway. My body was exhausted after a beautiful battering. Focused on my phone, I easily navigated the house in the dark, a clear indication that I'd been living at Maxie's for far too long. I needed a place of my own. As if the devil heard my inner thoughts, an email from my attorney was in my inbox. Hello, Gemma. Sorry to email you so late, but I wanted you to have this in the morning. Mr. Holliday is now asking for an inventory of the items in the house. Call me when you get a chance so we can discuss this. It's another stall tactic, but the request is within his rights, unfortunately. Call me. M. Warren. Scoffed, rolling my eyes as I entered the kitchen, to be startled to consciousness. Esther, oh my goodness, you scared the shit out of me.
His brother.
I huffed, pressing a hand to my chest to calm my thundering heart. My bad. I'm an early riser and didn't want to wake you, he grumbled. Q? That nickname is usually reserved for her brother, but I like it, I said, giggling at his familiarity with Quran. I'm an early riser sometimes too, but this time I just needed water. I moseyed around the kitchen, humming as I grabbed a bottle of water from the refrigerator and another from the pantry. Ezra was hushed as he sipped on what smelled like cognac. Well, good night or good morning, I chuckled, heading out of the kitchen. Not the type to beat around the bush, so I'll just say it, he blurted. My interest instantly piqued, so I turned to face him and took a few steps back into the kitchen. Lola's feeling you. Shit, he might be falling in love with you. So don't pull him into your bullshit if he's just a rebound nigga. He growled so nonchalantly. I cocked my head in disbelief as he tossed up a dismissive hand, noticing I was about to speak. I know your shit is complicated. You're working through it, and that's all respect. But Zeke don't need to get consumed by you and your man shit. This provost gig is a big deal for him. He told me how he was ready to buck on that nigga at homecoming. And I saw that same shit in his eyes yesterday with that corny dude. You are the common denominator, Dr. Holliday. When Zeke wants something, he's merciless. And right now, I think he's willing to fuck up all his shit for you. Respectfully, sweetheart, when people fuck with my baby brother, gotta see me. Ezra paused, his gape indignant. Can speak now? I sarcastically questioned, because that dismissive hand from a minute ago pissed me off. But sadly, my vexation was only confirmation that Ezra was right. It wasn't fair to Ezekiel to involve him in my disarray. Clearly, he's the type of man who safeguards the people in his life at all costs. I saw it too at homecoming with Quentin, and last night with Ken. Ezra nodded, sipping his drink. I blinked rapidly to temporarily suspend my tears. I swallowed hard before croaking. Right, I don't want to hurt him. Because whatever you may believe, I do care about Ezekiel. Too much, I silently mused. I definitely do not wish to impact his ability to do the job I am confident he will be amazing at. You're right. But I've never lied about or sugarcoated the complexity of my situation. Your brother is a grown man who is highly capable of making his own decisions. And I'm a grown woman who handles my shit, is handling my shit. So the next time you have something to say to me, rethink your tone. Please do not ever speak to me that way, ever again. I hissed, rolling my eyes as I sauntered away just as casually as I came. Climbed back into the bed, uselessly striving to suppress the impending tears, but the attempt was futile. Muted hot tears crawled down my face as Ezekiel snuggled closer to me. I kissed the top of his head and nestled into his embrace. Everything in me felt like I wanted this man for all of the right reasons. But then my thoughts traveled back to the email from my lawyer. Quentin would not depart this marriage easily. Ken's punk ass was guaranteed to spill all of what he thinks he knows. So once Quentin becomes aware of even the possibility of me and Dr. Green, he would cause major disruptions in my life. I had to let this go. I had to let him go. Next morning, Ezekiel kissed my temple, nose, then lips before he departed. His brother and cousin were flying back to New York today, and he was driving them to St. Louis to catch their late afternoon flight. He endeavored to bless me with a fourth orgasm, but I pushed him away, citing exhaustion, which was not completely untrue. If that man had put his mouth on me again, Ezra and Myron would be on the next Amtrak spaceship back to the NYC, because I would withhold Ezekiel until I couldn't consume any more of his goodness. Ezekiel, you have to go, I whined, playfully scrambling away from his approaching tickles. No, I know. I don't mean to smother you, He halted, exhaling while rubbing a hand down his face. What? I asked, scratching my fingernails through his beard. He shook his head. It just feels good, Gemma. Too damn good. We glared at each other for what seemed like a lifetime, but only minutes ticked by. Chose not to validate his sentiment with words. Hopefully the dew misting in my eyes narrated my unspoken adoration. I know you need time to process, to escape, and I will give you whatever time you need. Can you promise me something? I nodded with no hesitation. Don't shut me out. Talk. I want to hear the good, the bad, and ugly, even if it may hurt. Okay? I nodded again, debating on if I should disclose my conversation with his brother, but decided against it. More promise? He asked, disrupting my daze. I lifted a brow, silently giving permission to proceed. I want to take you somewhere. A place that's still and quiet, just for us. A place where we can just be mindless and free. He smiled, then winked. If I can arrange something like that, can you promise me you will seriously consider it? I nodded. So many emotions hitched in my heart and head that I couldn't speak. Use your words, wordsmith. He teased, nipping the tip of my nose. Yes, Z, I will consider it. 2 more days. Just 2 more days, Dr. Holliday, I whispered to myself, after hanging up with yet another parent who was not aware that their child would not be graduating. December commencement was in 2 days, and I was looking forward to celebrating our scholars. But more importantly, I was ready to enjoy 4 weeks of nothingness during the winter break. Turning in my office chair, I leaned back, gazing out of the big picture window that afforded me an amazing view of the quad. The trees were bare, aside from the traces of icicles from yesterday's rain. Campus was quiet since the underclassmen wrapped up their final schedule on Friday. You would think that after more than 10 years of working at Monroe University, I would be accustomed to the hustle that was required to conclude every semester. However, this semester came with personal changes that I did not anticipate. If anyone would have told me in June of this year that I would basically be homeless and filing for divorce, I would not have believed one word. I definitely would have called bullshit on the possibility of meeting a man who could turn my world upside down.
Okay. We're at 40 minutes, 237 calories. And let's see the distance. 2.1 miles. Okay. So I'm going to take it down just a notch. So what do we think? Good morning, everybody. If you are hearing the story, hopefully you were in tune in hearing every little bit of what occurred. So, are you all ready to come off of mute? Or you have to catch your breath? Look at me like.
Something. How she thinks she's about to break it off and she might end up pregnant?
Okay, so you know what? I forgot about that part. So yes, let's go backwards. Yes, Dr. Green did do a complete shootout drive-by in her well, she's kind of a little bit older, so we're not going to say at her brunch spot. Okay. I did catch that part when he didn't ask her, he just was like, condom. And she said, safe. Like, what? Okay, huh? All right, whatever. That was a little crazy. Especially, did you hear her say, oh, if I could, I definitely would be having Ezekiel the third. What? I was like, what? How's that even a thought? Well, again, we have listened to that topic over on the podcast. She is clearly dickmatized. Okay? She's dickmatized. But what I want to get your input on is, what do we feel about Ezra confronting Gemma?
His business. I think that how she replied is very, very much correct. That nigga's grown, and I'm grown, so let me handle my business. And mind yours, the second that I heard him, then you can say something. Like, don't say something before it's needed. He don't need no bodyguard.
Oh, okay.
She said, oh.
I agree, but then I also think about the fact that, okay, so do you have any younger siblings? Yeah. And you would not, that's not something that you would do.
No.
Oh. Yeah. Look at me like, yeah. I'm with the older brother.
When it's a problem, it's different if it really was a problem. If it really was a problem, then yes. But if it wasn't, I kind of you gotta figure it out for yourself.
Well, I think that, his point is the fact that he's saying,
Leah said, mind your business.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying as far as like, yes, he's grown, but as his older brother, like he said, I know him and he's about to fuck all his shit up behind your ass, and he wouldn't want to see that, especially knowing that, his brother, this position is something that he's wanted for so long, So I get where, he wasn't, how's the best way to say that? He had good intentions. I think he had good intentions. It wasn't to make her cry, but I don't know about throwing the hand up like, bitch, shut your ass. Like, that was a little, and don't you ever, never talk to me like that again. This will be the fucking last. I was like, okay, this is a lot. Okay, so now how do we also feel about the fact that, girl, bye. Okay, the cousin and the brother are now booed up with the friend and the sister-in-law, like overnight.
Yeah, I don't know. It's messy because if she calls herself cutting off, I think it's gonna be hard. You still gonna have a constant reminder, but you gonna have a constant reminder regardless because he worked at the university. I don't know. It's messy.
It is very messy, and especially because of the fact. Keep in mind, don't the other two ladies? One of them is doing like a visiting class, I think, but I think the other lady does work there as well. So it's like one big entanglement. Aaliyah, are you available to talk, or do you need to talk to him then? Mind your business. Oh, okay. We're able to read her comments in the bottom. Okay, sis. I'll be your narrator when you write. Then I can speak it out. Okay. When I leave out of here, I got some shit to say. But right now I'm around people and I don't want them to be wondering what I'm over here talking about. Okay, girl. We don't need nobody following you home if you get to talking too crazy, because they may think that you talking to them. We know how you feel about people being sus. Okay? I understand. I understand the why in the letters that's missing on that. Okay, I understand. Okay. Not on the black hand side is what you're saying. I understand. Okay, I got it. Mm-hmm. Whew. Anywho, speaking of which, girl, was y'all under tornado warning?
We should have been. Yeah, how this one was winding.
Girl, we were.
It's still today,
And
actually.
now they saying that it's supposed to be snow. Well, for us, like Wednesday and Thursday, it's supposed to be snow.
Here too. Yeah.
Oh, you know what is so funny? Okay, Esteem, this is hilarious. Now, hopefully, my friend is going to be able to join. Not today, but whenever she's able to come on here. When I tell you, you're going to hear it yourself. You all sound identical. So I was like, wow, this is going to be very weird. How would I be able to? I mean, I can see, I guess, when the thing is blinking to know whose voice is whose. It sounds like the exact same person. It's really weird. Yeah, like you have the exact voice. Yeah. I was like, that's going to be very interesting. I was like, people going to think that we playing like, girl, okay, now get over on the other phone and talk on that on your other account. Like,
how she jumping squares.
Right. No, for real. That's how it's going to be, because you all sound identical. The first time when I heard you, I was like, huh? And then I said, oh, this is interesting. But yeah, I'm trying to get, the thing is, for me, so many of my friends are in different time zones, so it's kind of like either they got to get up really early or like really early. So that's kind of the issue. So eventually they'll have to get over here. But what I do want to come to a decision on is this. Okay, so you see, we listened to the story today. That was like about 40 minutes. And then obviously that leaves us 20 minutes for discussion. But I think that we probably need to choose like one day where it's like the midday conversation where we can sit down and we're not walking and talking. But I guess then again, I don't know. Is that really productive? Because if we're talking every day about the book, we've already talked about it as we're going along with it. Or maybe we'll just do like topic of the day, kind of summing up whatever, because I was thinking okay, maybe on a Friday might be good, like lunchtime check in, and then it's kind of sums up the week and then come up with a topic and we can talk about it. But I do have someone who has a question. Okay. I said, Lord Jesus, please don't let this man infiltrate our book group. because he is all in. Okay. He said that I want to know.
One day, like you can get your TikTok.
Right. Oh my God. He said, I want to know. This is just, it's like, it's every day. It's something else. Okay. I want to know what a steam husband got to say. This was last night. Okay. About, why is it that y'all just want to listen to this story about cheating? That's what you fantasizing about. I was like, fantasize. I said, hold on. First off, I can't speak for nobody else. I'm speaking for myself. I said, actually, my favorite part of the story is the girlfriends. When they talk, it makes me like that. It's very entertaining to me. Okay. And besides the fact that, the little sex action, that's something that's funny to listen to as well. Okay. But ain't nobody sitting over here fantasizing off no damn book. Okay.
And I don't need no book to help think about nothing like that.
Right.
And besides, like most people like me, for instance, I live a very drama-free,
Yes.
non-dramatic kind of life. So I love things like that. That keeps me entertained.
Yes.
I know how to separate the two.
Exactly. I was like, ain't nobody, you acting like we over here flipping our panties with the pages. Like, bro, come on. He's like, yeah, well, I want to know what he got to say about it. I said, okay.
All he says is, I heard you need a condom again this morning listening to that book. That's what he be saying. He's like, are you in your little nasty book club?
That's what I'm saying. You know what? So one day we'll have to have the two of them come on here because I was like, you're a fucking hater is what you are. Okay. Hating because let me tell you. Okay. So when you see how I made the clips of y'all talking. Okay. So when I'm doing that, it's loud, it's out loud for me to hear because I have to go in there and, crop it out. So he could hear, he said, oh, so they finally did something, huh? That's how everything get. Look, I'm sitting there like, oh, yeah, they did. Oh, okay. I was like, you do realize this is a book, yes? It's a book. And like I was saying, same. I'm the same way, like for real. Day to day, I don't like a whole lot of, some people really do live a really drama, like a drama life. A lot of gossiping, a lot of foolery, that is definitely not my life. And I'm the same way. That's why I do like to watch. But then I should say, so I'll give like an example. Back in the day, like I used to watch Housewives and all that kind of shit till it started getting out of control. I stopped watching that shit years ago because it's like, all right, pause. It's too much. Okay. But let me tell you, but like Harlem, so we did not discuss Harlem. Did we watch all of it?
Yes.
Okay. So what did we think about her giving birth to a 9-month-old baby?
It was ridiculous.
Girl, when I see,
they had no business doing all of that. It was just like end the season or whatever ended.
Like
the fast forward, like you said, the baby came out half grown.
Yes, the baby was on his way to the freaking graduation. Hey, girl, good morning.
Yeah, child. I'm leaving the place. Well, it's a little gym.
Okay.
So if I get there late, like I got there today.
Well, look, at least you got up on a Monday and you went. That's the important part. And got your steps in. Oh, Lord.
Now I'm walking back home in the cold. It's cold here. And you also didn't leave because we needed to talk. So way to stay in the game.
Exactly. Okay. Yes. So, yeah. Okay. So that's what I'm thinking is that I'm thinking in my mind, it's probably going to be where we'll do Friday check-in, topic of the day. But I think, I don't know if you all missed that this morning because I was a couple minutes early, but I have been receiving so many messages, okay, on TikTok, as well as like people messaging and sending to the Gmail. everybody is really like up in arms about the fact that Gemma is still married and she is seeing this guy. And I was like, you know what? Why is it like that?
Well, back in the day, you know, you're not supposed to start a relationship without ending that. But it's a new time, child.
What back in the day was this?
Way back in the
Oh. Look at me. I'm like, what culture?
Say years ago when Daddy was a Rolling Stone and the white thing, you know.
Yeah, but that wasn't it. Back in the day, a man would have 3 different families. Okay, so like, huh?
No, I'm talking about the women.
Oh.
Men still doing what the fuck they want. So I mean, I'm talking about women.
Oh, okay.
Women, we're not supposed to, you know, we ain't supposed to look at a man, you know, because you know.
Right.
You forever married. You married, you forever. No, that's not how it goes.
Okay. Okay.
We got needs too.
Ooh, okay, not the needs. Okay, because you're trying to get your club shot up like Gemma.
But not necessarily it brings me back to the fences. When Viola did that scene, that's so real. It speaks so true to things like Troy or whoever you thought I didn't want. You didn't think I wanted to laugh or sit up and get my needs met too. You think you're the only one, but no, I sat here with you. But if you can't honor, you know, our vows, what makes you think I need to?
Period.
Nigga, I'm miserable too. Like the hell?
Okay, that was. Wait, what movie we talking about? Fences?
Oh my god.
Oh, wait, is this an old movie? No, okay, tell it to me. Where did it come? What happened in the movie?
So it's kind of staged back in the day. He was a drunk.
Okay.
It was back staged back in the day. He was a he was, you know, the wife worked at home. Did she work? I don't even know if she had a job, an actual job. She might have cleaned something. Yeah, but anyway, he ended up beating this Jezebel.
Okay. Dr. Jezebel.
And the wife, she stayed, of course. But she's the one who took, you know, she took care of his ass. He was a drunk, you know. She still held down the household.
Okay.
And he out there being a, you know, being a half-ass father. Because what happened is him and the son didn't get along too, right? Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. The son didn't like how he basically acted or how he treated the mother or anything.
Okay.
The dad thought it was all about him. His needs being met, just all around. When it came to the son, when he wanted the son to do something, he expected him just to do it. When he wanted his wife to do something, he expected her to do it.
Okay.
But he could go down, like she said, to Jezebel, kick his feet up, laugh, have sex with her how he wanted, and just let his hair down.
Okay.
But he expected his home. But it was the main scene that you gotta watch is Viola breaking it down to him about, you know, like, nigga, like because he was basically saying he was standing in the same spot for 20 years, for however many years he'd been in the same spot, feeling down when he came home. And she said, and I've been right here with you. You don't think I needed my needs met? You don't think I wanted to laugh?
See the thing about when I probably that's the thing. I'm not good with. I watch like way too much stuff, and sometimes it get like for instance, before I came on here this morning, I was like, oh, I don't want to mix up what I'm watching with this book. I got to make sure I'm paying attention. If something's not like if I seen it a long time ago, it's not too many things that I miss watching, but I don't have it so in my brain, and I'm good for this. I am good for watching things one time and I don't watch it again for years. So I can't remember it as well. And then when I turn it on, I'll be like, oh, because I do remember a movie with them two in it, but I don't remember. I do remember that. How y'all said it was like set in the, like a back in the day type. I do remember that. but I don't remember. I would have to watch it again. Okay, I'll need to go
Yeah, but
do
it
that.
ties to the book. Like, yeah, like she said, he ended up having this baby, and his ass go and die, and then Viola ended up taking care of this baby like her own.
Oh,
It's really, really good. It ties kind of into kind of like the book in a sense, but different time frame.
okay. So now we
She
got
never got her.
to have a book in a movie club. What the?
What you looking at?
I'm trying to. It pops up and makes you put that puzzle piece over. You know, so they can steal all your business. Mm-hmm. So that I couldn't get it lined up right, probably because my hands are sweaty. Whew. Anywho, so what did you all do this weekend? Did you have a great weekend?
Yeah, it was relaxing.
Yeah.
Did you go get your massage?
You know
Your
what?
pedicure?
We did do the pedicure, but we didn't do the massage because I didn't want to. I told you I didn't really want to do shit in the first place, but we ended up, what all did we do this weekend? We had to go to a track meet, then we went out to eat twice because we went out to eat yesterday too. But that's probably why when I woke up this morning, I was like, girl, okay, I'm like 9 months pregnant overnight. I shouldn't have ate that. I'm eating clean. Like, as soon as I get up off here, I'm about to make me some juice and I'll be juicing it because all this hard work for what? Looking like an ant. Except with I'm so serious. So irritating. Like, for real. I'm like, oh, nah. Mm-mm.
I got to do better with my diet. I'm an old baby daddy.
Okay. Not an Ozempic baddie. I'm over it. Okay.
Girl, so funny. So you actually have to eat, right? You have to make yourself eat. Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, because you don't have no appetite. Not like I ate a lot anyway, but yeah. You just you feel full. It feels like you ate.
See, I've been hearing so many different things about that Ozempic. Like there's a girl that I know, and she said that every time she eats, she gets sick. And that's the reason why she don't want to eat. Maybe she on the wrong dose.
She could be, but that's what it does. It makes some people feel nauseous. It just depends on you. Yeah.
Well, baby, I ain't got Ozempic in my budget, so I'm just gonna have to do what I do, which is on this walking and drink my water. Okay. Okay, but this is
because the insurance is about to stop paying for some of that stuff. I don't know no insurance.
Yeah.
People's insurance pay for it.
Yeah, me either. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's rare that you meet people that need insurance.
Mm-hmm. But you know what is so crazy? I cannot. Okay. That's okay, honey, because you know what? You're going to get you an Ozempic king. And he going to come through with the come through. We're going to speak it into existence. He going to be a pharmacist and he going to give you, shoot your club up with Ozempic. Wait, what? I didn't hear. Oh, okay. But it's always good to keep it on the bench. We're going to live vicariously through you, sis. The bench, you never know when somebody get hurt. You got to call that whistle. No, come on. So, what I was going to say. Oh, that's what I was going to say. So, when I just went to Mexico in December, yeah, wait a minute. When you went on your cruise, Aaliyah, you ain't see the people were selling them Ozempic? Oh, maybe not in the Bahamas. Not in the Bahamas because, baby, they love a big body. Oh, I know. No, the Bahamas, I'll never forget. This was so many years ago. I can't believe the nerve. This man came up to me and my sister and was like, oh, y'all would be real cute if you gained some weight. And I was like, well, first of all, who does that? Meanwhile, Respucia was walking past. You could not tell if this lady had on a bikini bottom or not. If I said, well, that's the standard, it's going to be a no for me because that ain't for me. That's just not healthy. So, nah. But either way, yes, in Mexico, they were selling it. Soon as you got off the boat, you could go into the little pharmacy over there. And that was the first thing on the top was that Ozempic. Yep.
That's wild.
Yep. And you don't watch that show, girl. That's my favorite show. When they be doing them drug busts on people and they be smuggling them, like To Catch a Smuggler. They be catching with birds, dogs.
I watched that.
Yes. How they had got the one lady, she had all that weight loss medication. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm trying to know her.
Well, all right. Well, I'm just telling you, I don't know how that worked when you get back on the boat, but I watched people in a rush get up off that boat and go directly to that pharmacy like they knew.
I'm not that brave to take stuff. I didn't need to be.
Yeah.
Know where it comes from. Like, I would never take.
Right. Me either. Not me either. Look, you end up with an addiction. Yeah, okay. Be like, bitch, say she on Ozempic. Right. Hey, I guess if you desperate. I'm laughing because look.
I ain't hit that desperate button yet, so I'm good.
Right. Could you imagine? Mess around and be like, she says she taking Ozempic, but she really got some crackhead tendencies lately.
Now, how much weight have you lost? Well, a lot. Over 30 pounds.
Wow.
Now, how long have you been on it? I've been on it for on and off. This time, I've been on it for 6 months. Okay. So, but yeah, I was off of it. You know, pricey and start back, but straight for this time 6 months. Yeah.
Well, that means you got to have a party. Wait a minute. What's the goal?
I don't have a goal. I
Oh.
don't have a goal weight. I just know how I like to look. So.
But okay, so.
I want to be 125. No.
Yeah, well, okay.
I just have.
Okay. So, but don't you now have to stay on this forever?
You don't have to stay on anything forever. So if you start gaining weight back, it'd probably be best that you do like a maintenance. They do titrate you down.
Okay.
Some people, take it for a long term. You don't have to be on it forever.
No, because I mean, like, so for instance, because you said this time you did it for 6 months. So based upon what your experience was previously, did you feel like how much time passed in between that you was like, oh, I maybe need to get back on this or whatever?
Well, I was on it for like 2 to 3 months. I didn't hit my goal weight. So
okay.
The point of being on it is to, it curbs your appetite, and it will bring you back your appetite. I don't have a big appetite, but you still get like craving. I want to eat junk food or when the monthly comes, it takes all that type of stuff away. Like you don't want candy. You don't crave those type of things. So
okay.
It's more so the craving.
Because I've been seeing a lot of people at my unit, they've been on it, like, but it's starting to get where, whoa, like people are like disappearing. Like, what in the hell? Like,
well, I don't think I'll ever disappear.
No, because you got that booty, honey. She will not leave the building. But if she do decide and she's looking for a new home, you have my address. She can come on.
I think I'm gonna keep her. We locked in.
Oh, okay, fine. You may as well. You've had her all this time. Okay, so I'm at 3.3 miles, 380 calories. I'm gonna knock it down. Okay. Whew, Jesus. Well, so we did a good old. That wasn't bad. I actually like that that pace. That wasn't too bad this morning. Whew. Okay, Esteem, I hear your imaginary beeps in the back. I don't know which.
Stop.
Ah, okay,
What time do you get on? Do you get on at 6:20 or you get on before 6:20?
so I
Or shameless, excuse me, shameless.
oh no, it's okay. I've revealed my name. I'm
Oh,
Latoya.
okay.
They could get that's we already know
I'll
that.
call you Toyota.
Yeah, right. um what was I gonna say? So I've been, if it's like 1 or 2 minutes beforehand, because I noticed on here on TikTok, they send out like a blast to everybody. So I try to be 1 or 2 minutes, but will at 6:20. We always are started. Esteem come
Right.
on time for 6:20. Now 6:20,
Okay.
I'm already walking at 6:20
Right.
on time.
No,
Yeah.
the only issue, so I'm at the mercy of this little complex gym. So I'll probably start at 6. I think it's better for me to start at 6. That way,
You already getting 20 minutes in.
I can get my time in.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because these people, it's like it's a damn room. You know what these complex
Yeah.
gyms look like.
And also, too, maybe consider getting one of these walking pads, because the walking pad that I'm walking on, this thing wasn't even with everything, wasn't even $100. I think it was like $70 or something like that. And then you can just push it right under your bed.
Right. For my desk, yeah. Because I was considering getting one too, but
yeah. I at first it was a delay for me, only because of the fact
I like getting up and going outside. So that's for me. Is because I walk there, so I walk to the gym. So I do like that, but I might consider getting one too.
Yeah. For me, the only reason why I was kind of like no, because I have a full gym of equipment and I don't use it. So I was like, why you need to buy another damn thing? Like, and you don't use what you got anyway. But I was like, okay, because I prefer to be on the elliptical. That's my cardio. My preference is an elliptical, not a treadmill. So I've never bought a treadmill. So I was like, well, I'll try it out. And I'm actually very grateful that I did get this, because even taking it up to the 3.7. Now, look, me and Esteem can help you to make a better purchase. I wish now that I wish that I would have chosen one that I could do an incline and maybe could go a little bit more than 3.7. And but 3.7 might be the max just for emergency it's supposed to be walking, not running. It's not a running pad. But definitely I would opt to get one that I could do an incline. I think I know I would get a better, but again, me, if you see me in the gym on a real treadmill, how fast I walk on a treadmill, this is like, I guess, this would be like average for the regular person would be fine. Because you see, I do get a good sweat, I still get a good sweat. So it does work, but that's my only gripe. I wish I could either go faster or incline. Then I would, I might put some books up under this. Oh, be done flipped off on camera. Okay, maybe not.
Yes, I was gonna say, because this thing is a little dangerous. Mine actually has an incline and it goes to 4.2.
Oh, you got the fancy.
But when mine gets to like 3, it's. I got a short stride, I guess. But I don't know how you be walking. I'll be having to run a little bit, like a little jog, when I get to like 3.3 on mine.
But is that with the incline on?
No, just regular.
Oh.
I don't do incline.
Oh, I love a good.
Then I get shin splints and my shin. I can't do it.
Well, let me tell you about the shin splint, sis. Shin splint means run, walk faster. That's how you get past that. That means you going too slow. That's the truth. If you start feeling them shins, that means run faster. That's what that means.
That means also on its way.
No. I'm telling you, it is the truth. It is really the truth. That's not me joking, for real. If you start feeling those shin splints, you need to go faster. That means you're going too slow. It is. You know me, look, as long as I'm still out here having to take a PT test, okay? But yeah, she talking about, I don't know how you be doing that. I really do naturally walk very fast. I'm telling you, like a crackhead, okay? Like I do naturally walk fast anyway on my own walk. So exercising, this is slow for me. So damn, yours go to a 4.2. I need to trade this stupid ass thing in there. That's what I'm needing. But it's okay for now. You know what? Hey, then just go a little bit longer. It's better than doing nothing. That's really, you know.
Yep.
So at least we're
I
we're
want
doing something.
Ozempic body. That's the thing. I don't want to. Not like I don't want that saggy skin.
I don't even know what is an Ozempic body, so I don't know what that looks
Well,
like. Because everybody I keep
Google it,
seeing,
girl.
you ain't trying to look like no damn like Megan Good looks horrible. I have to go and put that out there. She looks like whoa.
She's on Ozempic.
Everybody's on it. Did you not see Serena? Serena,
She look good.
listen.
She look great. Serena look
Let me
good.
say
Go,
something.
girl.
Serena has always had a certain body type, right? Where she's more muscular. Yeah, but
Very lean.
very. So what I'm saying is, do I think she looks bad? No. Hey, girl. Oh my God, I'm late again. Girl, you beyond late.
Oh,
Your
shit.
ass would we
What's
would
on
have been
YouTube?
even if it wasn't Monday, we would have been off here by now. Girl, you need to download TikTok and come over here. Then we can talk to you over
Oh, okay.
here.
I'm thinking that's Olivia talking about time. I'm like, oh.
No, ain't no school today. Today,
Yeah.
You got to come over here. I'm talking on YouTube to Pinky because she over here talking about she late. Girl, bye. It's over an hour. What? You ain't even on CP time. I don't know what kind of time. Oh, what it say? Live restrictions for some audience. You're what?
It's probably them foreign people.
No, probably somebody reported us because it says live restricted for some audience. Oh, wait a minute. Your audience contains themes that some may find uncomfortable and has been restricted. Reason regulated good content. What?
Oh, that O word.
Oh,
Live.
maybe the O word. Oh, sorry.
Oh, shoot.
I forgot. What's the taste is listening?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Your live is not eligible for recommendation and restricted in search results because your live does not comply with the For You feed eligibility standard under our community guideline reason discussing drugs or other regulated substance. Oh, we won't say those words. No more. Let's just refer to it as Oreo. I didn't know. And see, this is the problem, to be completely honest. I don't even know. I mean, I don't know what you really can and cannot do. I be hearing about people being reported and all kind of stuff. It says up here that I got 2 strikes now. I can see it.
Oh Lord.
So see, yo, you the op. You trying to take me down before I even get started. But that's ridiculous. Like seriously, and here's the crazy part. The things that I hear, you know how when you just go through quickly and you go through people's lives and the stuff that people be saying and doing. Like seriously, there's one person is downloading now. See y'all in a second. Okay, girls, it is gonna be for 1 second. Okay. Do you know how to find us? The shame is on you. Same way as on here on the YouTube. Okay. Okay, so anywho, well, you know, I will put I didn't know that.
Right.
Because when you use the D word,
what we can say,
yeah, I mean, like, but when you're saying I didn't know that's not like I can't say the other words, but like street med or something, street Oreos.
Right.
I didn't think that we were doing anything
I guess
wrong.
because we promoting stuff.
But we weren't.
No, we weren't. Yeah, exactly. But we was promoting. I guess they don't want you to say no brand name.
Well, here's the thing. We'll learn through me. Hopefully my shit don't get shut down over time or whatever. Cause like, what were we?
Well, first we need to find out what we can say. Cause that's not, it's pointless if what's the point of doing this if you're not going to get the benefits of it? So we need to know what to say.
Well, you know what is so funny? What did somebody say on here the other day? And I was dying. The man was old. Okay. He said he was like 78 And I was like, dang, he already know how to get over here on TikTok. And he said rugs. That's what he was like. Yeah, because back in the day I was on rugs. And I was like, what? Like, because of course I'm new over here. I don't know what, I have no idea, But then someone wrote in the chat and was like, dang, okay. Like, you old, but you even know to say rugs. And I was like, oh, is that a thing? Okay, well, okay. So whatever, because it's one guy, when I say out of control on his lives, out of control, the things that he says, it says violation warning. Your live is flagged for sexually suggestive content. Repeated violation could result in your live being disconnected. Okay. So we got all
You think
these.
it's a book?
No, what I think is this, and this is what I'm going to tell you, so you'll know before the page will be shut down before we even get started. Well, that's fine. That's why we got two things going at once. So it ain't nothing wrong with us shifting right back over to where we were. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's why I've kept this up. So let me tell you something, because remember when I first got on Posh and I started having all those problems, it was because other people were reporting me. It's not that we were doing anything. We weren't doing anything. It's just that other people were reporting you, because other people will feel intimidated. Like, oh, who's she all of a sudden? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, let's just say like, oh, I've been going live for whatever, how many amount of time, and I don't got nobody in my live, or whatever the case is. Or you already went and went through all my videos and all of that. People really do that.
Right.
You feeling some type of way where it's like, I don't know what it is about people where it's like, I be really minding my business, because half the time, I don't even know what is going on. I'm just over doing what I do. I'm not even worried about anybody else. But people will do that because they feel intimidated, or they feel some type of way, or like, oh, here she come, like, it's enough room. Okay.
Right.
Swipe. You can swipe out. Like, yeah. So anywho, well, look at me. I'm like, well, that was all in one. We ain't even.
Yeah, we've been on here for almost last week, most of the days. What the heck?
That's probably what it is. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, we'll go back to YouTube if need be, and also create a Zoom.
Okay. That's doable. Yes, we can do that, and then we'll just tell folks that's where we are. But I haven't had no problems over here on YouTube. Nope, not at all. And you think about it. We only been on here for a week. We've been over here for what, 3 weeks?
A month, yeah, at the beginning of last
year. Because we're on our 3rd week now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it the 3rd week or the 4th week? I don't know. The 3rd week? Okay. Yeah, I can't keep up. All right. Well, that was very stupid. I was trying to wait for a friend, but I'm about to go because it's already 7:40. I need to shower, and I have so much to do today that my head is exploding thinking about it. One of those things is I got to do my taxes. So that's always something that it's like you want to do it, but oh my God.
I don't need that negativity in my life.
Right, exactly. That's really where it's like, if I could just, between that and then they hit me with like, I need to redo my security clearance. So that's the part that is like in my brain, because I hate doing that shit. Excuse me, that's probably a violation too. Jesus. But I hate doing it because they asking you so much stuff from like, I can't remember all my addresses, but guess what I found out? I said, girl, thank you, God. I now know how I can do my addresses through Amazon. Probably can't say that either. Who cares? Shut the page down, But that's what I thought about. I was like, girl, all your addresses on here. You got 10 years. You good now. I was like, yeah, I could do that. I could definitely use that. So that, because that's the part that usually overwhelms me when I start thinking like, oh my God, how am I supposed to remember? Because they want it all. Like, even when, like, if you deployed and you did have a new, you have a new address. That's not your real address, but you were not home. So you have to know, And you know, them addresses be long. Like, can't remember that. So yeah, that popped into my mind. So at least I'll be able to get through that pretty good. But those two things, just Lord, if I could just get it off my plate today, and then I'll be a little bit less stressed. So, anywho, guys, it was fun hanging out. I'm so sorry if you two are going to get an infraction for being involved in this type of.
I'm keeping myself on mute.
Girl,
Yeah,
it just said it again. So
yes.
now look, it says violation warning. Your live is flagged for sexually suggestive content. Repeated violations could result in your live being discontinued.
Wait, I said nothing.
Suggestive content though.
Nothing was said. It's just somebody doing it. I can guarantee you that's what's happening. You're a hater. It's fine because you know what? One thing about us, baby, we has a backup. We has a plan. Look, I just got over here, so I'm really not stressed.
Right.
I'm not. Do you boo? Do you boo? Just know who you messing with. That's the important part. I would hate for things to go astray for you because you so busy and so bored. Go get a life. How about that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So anywho, I already know nothing was said that was like, what? Girl, bye. And if it is about the story, how long the story been playing?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Been listening to it for a couple of days now, at least 4.
Right. Mm-hmm. That's what it is. Because I've been getting a lot of messages where people are like, oh my God, this is such a great idea, and blah, blah, blah. And I ain't never seen nobody else doing it.
Right.
But that's all I'm telling you. I don't know what it is about me, but baby, this is not my first go round with this types of behavior. This is just my life. I don't know what it is about people. Like, why are you so threatened by this little 5'2" lady over here that's minding her business and don't even know what's going on? That's the sad part. You know, it's not like
She got me in a lot of trouble in high school, Chief, just so you know.
Oh, is that right?
Ooh, accountability.
She got me in a lot of trouble, girl.
Accountability.
Well, look at you, still here.
So,
You like me, girl.
no, let me tell you a story really quick about something that you need to hear. I want to tell you an all-time story. Okay. Listen to this, Esteem, because this is crazy. Okay. So, on one lovely day. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Pause. So I can tell this because this is crazy. Okay. Okay. So, in a nutshell, it was my birthday, right? And I was turning 16, right? Was it 16?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. So 16. Yeah. Because that new club, you had to be 18 to get in it and 21, you know, to obviously participate and get that bracelet. But I was turning 16. I made it very clear that we was going to go to this club, but I'm not allowed to go to the club. Of course, my mom was not going to allow that, but I'm going to set everything up. I'm going to make sure we got a ride to there, back, everything. So, of course, I told Aaliyah. So, Aaliyah was like, oh, yeah, my mom said I could go. And I was like, dang. And she had me feeling something, even though I know my mom was not even trying to be no cool mom. Never. Okay. So, I felt some type of way because I was like, dang, her mom's so nice. And they're like, you know, that's so nice that she allowed to go. She came to my house. We left. We had the best time ever. Okay. Now, here's the funniest part. To this day, when Aaliyah always would say, oh, no, I don't eat pork. I never ate pork. I always say, yes, you did. Because that night you ate them collard greens when we came back to, you ate them and you liked them. Okay.
That club.
Hilarious.
So, long story short, my birthday is December. Aaliyah's birthday is January. So here comes January. Aaliyah decides she want to have the same type of party. Now, I skipped over the part. Let me back up because that's the probably part she didn't want me to tell. We get to the front door to get into this club. Yeah. I'm going to tell it. Now, at the time, let me tell you what was like the number one song at the time. Girl, the thong song. And baby, I was waiting on. I've been practicing my moves all week for this song to come on. Okay. So I'm in the line and you couldn't tell me I'm more than old enough to be here. Okay. Get to the front door and the man is like, let's see the ID or whatever the case is. And I did not even have an ID, but I hadn't figured that part that far out. As far as I'm concerned, they let me in here. Okay. So I was like, no, I was going in. Okay. I ain't got no ID, but I'm coming in here. Like, okay. So good thing that because we would end up stranded probably if we didn't get it. But anyway, whatever. So Aaliyah is like on my heel. I remember the back of my boot almost coming down because she's like stood on the back of my shoe. Like, girl, back up. Because they're like, she's like, oh, I'm going too. Like, on my, like, girl, calm down. Like, we're supposed to be 18, chill, sis. Okay. So they let us in. We had a great night. It was so much fun. Everything went great. We got picked up, dropped back off. It was like great. Got away with it. Perfect. Next month, Aaliyah now wants to have her party and she's going to the club too. So, you know, now I ain't stupid. I didn't tell my mom, oh, I'm going to Aaliyah house to go to the club because that would have been a no. You know, I just said, I'm going to go over there and we're going to be at Aaliyah house, like a sleepover, you know? Aaliyah mother drove us to the club.
Oh.
You know why? Because you know why? Yeah. Rest the soul. She did that under the pretense of a lie because she thought that my mom drove us to the club just weeks before. So let me tell you what happened. When we get back, Aaliyah mother pick us up from the club, and Aaliyah mother was so laid back. Oh my God. And we get all the way to the house. She ain't say nothing. Okay. But then what took place while we were at the club is my mom called.
Yep.
And
when we got in the car, you're like, is your mom okay?
Yeah, Aaliyah steady. Exactly. I was like, nah. No, I immediately, and my stomach started turning and shit. I was like, something ain't right. Something is not right. One thing about me, I am such really an energy person. I can tell when like very quick. And then my normal, like, I was silent as hell. Cause I was so like, I know. And Aaliyah like, girl, bye. Yeah, girl, you still acting like you got your dancing feet. And I'm over here about to use the bathroom on myself because my nerves, I was like, something ain't right. Something ain't right. I knew it, you know? So in that time, yes, my mom called, okay? And Aaliyah mom said, you know, when she like, oh, where are they at? Oh, they at the club. My mother like, what? And I can only imagine, oh my God. I'm like, Lord Jesus, ain't no telling what my mom said to your mother. Like, you right.
She probably called to check on your sister. I think that's probably why she called.
It don't matter. The fact that the phone call happened and we got busted, and I was so mad because I was like, I never told you to say. My mom said, hell no, my mom don't even go for that. Okay, let's please put it in the context. My mom was a whole corrections officer. Like, seriously, I would never even play no games like that. Talking about, she said we could go. That don't even make sense for me to even do that. I straight up said, look, this is an undercover mission and we're going to go and have a good time and bring our butts back. We're not, you know, it wasn't even on that kind of time. And your mother had to be shocked at even hearing you lie and say, oh yeah, she took us. Like, come on. Right. That's the part where I'm like, Sabrine, you had met her before. You met Fontina, so why would you even think that?
Right, exactly.
That's the part where I was like, how did you were very convincing, clearly, because how did she even go with that story? And then obviously she wanted to be a cool mom too. My mother was not trying to be no cool, baby. Bye. Okay. I still don't remember where we said we was that night. I don't know.
That's what I was wondering, how y'all got out your house.
Right. And I was the first one before Aaliyah. Yeah.
Well, I think Toya, Shameless mom, her mom worked that night. I think that's how we got out.
No, this is what happened. So my mom, well, I can't. She had worked her regular like double. So like 2 to 10 and 10 to 6. I mean, 6 to 10. So what happened is we were gone before she came home from work. Because by the time she would have got home with that long drive, it probably would have been like closer to almost like midnight, you know? So I'm sure she just came home and went to sleep. You know, that's it. So that's how we were able. I know, because I planned it. I know. Okay. How we was able to get it done. And I knew it was possible, but I just didn't expect that to occur. And it was horrible. And my mother was beyond went off on me. Like, oh, you lied. And I was like, and first of all, no, I did not. I wasn't even the one. I didn't never know that Aaliyah told her mother that. That's the part. I never knew that she told her mother that my mom drove us to the club. Like, what kind of crazy crap? Like, oh my God. Anyway.
Y'all live to tell it. That's funny.
Yeah.
Barely.
Had no business. And when I say no business, and we really had no business, baby, but you couldn't tell me I wasn't the hired entertainment up in that club. I had me a good time. I did. And the crazy part is when you think about it, to get in there, we had not one ID. Ain't even like we said, oh, we had a fraudulent something. We did not have nothing. And we got in, but it was fun. It was fun, but oh my God. But I can remember, I'm telling you, as soon as I got in that car, I knew. I can remember how my stomach felt like. I was like, something ain't right. Something ain't right. Yep. And then imagine, then here go the sad part about it, right? See how parents do? Then, right, when we talk about the word accountability, of course, it's like, oh, you getting my daughter into this kind of stuff. Hold on, your daughter lied to you. See, I never told my mother nothing. She didn't even know. So it's not like I went to her with some fairy tale story or nothing like that. I never even mentioned it. Yeah, hot mess. But yes, look, 50 Lamb Clubs later, through many states and girl. Mm-hmm.
We enjoyed our teen years, that's for sure.
Oh God. Mm-hmm. Look, I've enjoyed it all. Okay. Lord knows, my God. This little split have been everywhere, all around the world. Okay. I'm so serious. Okay. Like, yeah. I have partied beyond enough. Oh my God. And I think about that, like, girl, the way we used to be in Philly hard. Like, oh my God. That's crazy. Like, I could not, like, when I say now, how I plan stuff, I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna go here, and then I gotta make sure I got enough time. I gotta take my nap beforehand, and then the next day, like the way now, I could not. I don't even know how I was able to do all that. Yeah, you young. Yeah, you got superpowers. Those are your superpower years, because ain't no way in hell. Like, ain't no way. Like, to leave work, go from club to club to club to club to club, get home just in enough time, like 15 minutes to shower and go back to, like, who does that? And then sleep on the toilet lid. Girl, I'd be in there knocked out. Oh my God. I would, because I would be so, and then also taking somebody to be like, so what you doing tonight? I'd be just saying, oh, I'm gonna go home and go to sleep. I'm so tired. Girl, bye.
Do it again.
All day, all night. Ridiculous. But now, I mean, the thing is, and that's why I feel so bad for young people now, is because it's like, they don't even know how to have fun. Like, the clubs is not fun. They're not. Everybody is very weird to witness, because they're so, like, they get dressed if they get dressed. If you see them, because some of them girls, they'll dress up, but then they just go and text. There's no type of communication. It's the weirdest thing. And I'm like, okay. So, like, nobody's going to talk to each other. And then they just take a lot of photos. And pretty much that's it. Where I'm like, why would you leave the house for that? I mean, you could take selfies at the house. Y'all could have set up a whole, by now. You done drove here, paid to get in. That's crazy. It's weird. I don't know. So I guess just that's the way. You got to wait to depend on your DMs, That's, which is strange to me. Don't you think that you would have a better, I would rather interact with someone face to face. It's a lot of stuff, obviously, you're not going to pick up through a text message. Or it's some shit you're going to pick up through a text message, right? That is not even what's really being said. Because boy, oh my God, because me and Ricky really got into it this weekend about a text message that he sent me. And I was like, who is you talking to?
He wasn't even getting smart
No. That's when I was saying who is he talking to? I was saying he must be talking to someone else about what he was saying altogether, because it wouldn't make sense for you to be saying that to me. So let me just give you a little context. So this is what it was. Well, I forgot what we were watching. Something crazy, girl, on that whatever station it is. And the lady had said, "Oh, her son is out doing the alphabet travel, some alphabet thing that I never heard of." But I was like, "Oh, that's cool." So what you're supposed to do is you pick a different country, like by the alphabet, and that's how you go from place to place to place.
On the alphabet trail.
Yeah. So I'd never heard of it. So I was like, oh, you know what? We should do that. We can go back and cross off, start with A and go down the list. And he was like, yeah, but it don't count if we didn't go there together. I was like, well, that's gonna make my list a lot long. Look, because I was going through, I was like, been all these places, So either way, that's what we were talking about. So in a text, I was like, I thought I read that he was like, do states count? And I was like, huh? I don't know about that. And he was like, and it ain't going to be Alaska. But I didn't see the not. It's not going to be Alaska. So I wrote back and said, come on, Australia, because I know that's somewhere he really wants to go. So then he wrote back and said, first, how did he write this? Baby, something about an A. A baby is first.
He was like, I know you going on here.
So that's no, because first of all, y'all already know I don't even got the parts to do that. So that's when I was like, a baby is first. I was like, wait a minute, who are you talking to? Immediately. Like, who are you messaging? You must be messaging somebody at the same time as me, and you think I'm stupid. So then immediately I was like, gone, right? So he was like, A is for Africa. So you saying A is, but Australia starts with an A. So what are you saying? Like, what do you mean a baby is first? So then that girl, I was gone. And I was like, gone. Okay. And it's still all these other messages came in after the fact. And like literally after about 40 minutes, I said, despite all the rest of these messages, because he done went on with the day, like, okay, we're gonna go to the hibachi place, blah, 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 whatever. And I said, despite all these messages, I'm still on 954. Right there. Yeah. 954 right there. I'm trying to figure that out right there. Okay. And he's like, what? Girl, he was like, what? So then when he came home, I said, okay, so now what is it that you got to say? And he's like, maybe I should have said, baby, A is first. Like, I'm trying to tell you A is, I was like, nah, because Australia start with an A. And if you really break down the alphabet, A and U is before A and R, like, not really, you know what I mean? Right. But I was like, no, look, I was like, no, I'm not getting it. So I said, it's okay.
Thinking he was sus.
Right. You know what it is? I need to stop hanging out with Aaliyah every day because she is making me have a sus radar that's out of control. And I'm not even that kind of person, which probably I could get a better sus radar, but I really can say I give people beyond the benefit of doubt. It's really quite ridiculous. I do.
Probably back in the day.
I do. I guess it's because it's the fact of this. Let me just say something.
It depends on who it is too.
I think really when it comes to people, really generally, I just really don't. I take everybody kind of like with just like a grain of salt. Like in the beginning, it's like I don't have nothing invested. It just is what it is.
Right.
And from there, it's kind of like, okay, if it is, it is. If it ain't, it ain't. But I don't just automatically go to like blocking people off. That's not naturally me. And then also I try to.
I'm not Aquarius. You can't get too close.
Oh yeah, all of y'all Aquarius people. Look, because listen, oh my God, girl, because Olivia, oh my God, baby, that is the queen of block. She will block. I have never blocked a person in my life in my phone, baby. Within 2 seconds, block, no, and it's the weirdest thing because I'm like her and Wesley, exact same sign. No, you know me, I am a Sag, and I'm friends with everybody. Look, okay. Whereas they like, this how y'all go through life, like.
Right.
With the side eye. Me, I'm like, hey, how you doing? Okay. That's me. That is me.
Nope.
And you know that. Even from us hanging out over the years, and it's like, okay, we could be at a club somewhere. I'm gonna meet somebody. That's why I don't have a problem going places by myself because I'm going to meet someone more than I'm gonna meet more than somebody. And Aaliyah just be like, fading in the paint. Okay.
I'm nice. I'm very nice. I'm not rude, but
No, you are nice, but just a little more reserved. And there's nothing wrong with being reserved. There's nothing wrong with being reserved. Okay. But that's the funny part is, yeah. So I'm normally out of all of friends and even like, you know how my sister is. Oh God. You know, yeah, I'm more of the lively one. So it's like, yeah, let's bring her. She'll get us the drinks and get us in and whatever else, and it's fine. Look, right. Okay, go ahead, log up. She'll get us in here. She can get us in. Okay. But yeah, anyway. So on that note, it's now 8:03. Unfortunately, I'm gonna go back to my thinking little like cave and try to break down because I'm gonna look into these restrictions and see exactly,
yeah, please do.
like read the whole thing to see what exactly occurred and what are the rules, because then like I got 2 blocks and 2 things in a day, so like what is
Can
the
they? I'm sure they can tell you what happened or what was said.
yeah, so
I
once
would hope so.
yeah, so once I click in there and then it says that you can submit, like I guess a comment or whatever the case is, but you can click in it and it should tell you every single thing that you did. But if it was about the Oreo situation, I mean, I didn't know that, and if that's, and we know we did say it multiple times, so okay, I'm not going to dispute and say no, I didn't. I mean, obviously you're recording it, so that would be like, girl, right?
But you actually wasn't promoting it because we didn't do that.
No,
Exactly.
no.
Because who's promoting that? The girl by.
I don't know.
I'm like, we ain't getting no kickback from it.
Right. And that's the thing. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, but yeah, it would be good to know what can be said because I don't. I'm on TikTok often, but I'm not on.
Yeah. Well, you already know. I only just came over here, so I definitely don't know what's going on. This is no.
I don't either because I'm just watching videos and I see people say a lot of inappropriate stuff.
Mhm.
So I wouldn't know either.
Right.
I was watching a live where with the homeless mother. I showed you that.
Oh yeah.
I was watching one of those live and they were that conversation got a little spicy. So I don't know.
Yeah. That's why I said based upon the things that I've seen.
People do decode words though. I do notice that. They'll say like the rugs and they'll say unalive. They say other words. Yeah. So I do know that, but I don't know.
Right. And that's what I'm saying.
Like we said anything, but I guess we can't say that word either. So we gotta say Oreo.
Right. I mean, Jesus. Right. People not gonna know if they coming over here for food advice or what. Like right. You talking in such code. Well. But that's okay. Like I said, we have a backup. And I'm telling you, based upon obviously we stayed on here for a whole nother, it's been some minutes after those things popped up, that based upon the way that was popping in, I guarantee you it was somebody reporting it. Because I've been in other people's lives before and people have reported them. And then they and they like, why? And I agree with the girl when it happened to her. All you got to do is swipe out. That's the part that don't make sense. If you don't want to join into the conversation or whatever the case is, just swipe out. What's the point of going into somebody's thing and then reporting them? That's just crazy to me, but whatever. But anyway, girls.
A lot of people are miserable. You have to, so some people they wake up like that. They really just wake up and, things are not going right in their life. So they're not going to go right in your life.
Well,
they're not going right in mine.
Right. We commend you then you need to go get a walking pad, a walking place. Okay. Maybe you get some of them toxins out your body and
it works.
Right. Okay. it definitely does help to, level off. And I'm being serious. Based upon us walking in the morning and walking in the evening, the mornings, this really does help me to start my day off properly. And it probably is getting the sweat out. Okay. Yes, that helps. Okay. So, anywho, you all have a wonderful day. I will still be back tomorrow, and then I will update you on these restrictions as to what I found out. And then also, I want to find out, like, what are the rules to the restrictions? If you get this many, then you know what I mean? I don't know.
Sounds good.
Like, do you get okay, you're being suspended for 2 days? Like, what is this? I don't know. Anyway. All right. So have a wonderful one. And thank you guys for coming. Okay. And I will see you on the walking trails tomorrow.
Yes, have a great day, ladies.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. It's 8 o'clock now. All righty. We are going to end this as well.